everyone. Good afternoon to Nigerians. Good afternoon to all well-wishers. And good afternoon to the entire Grant community. This afternoon, the 27th of May 2023, I am back again as the official spokesman of the Odudu Osaipa family of Beatrice Umbwa Odudu. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to establish here that when we had our meeting to when I released the official statement from the Beatrice Umbwa Odudu family was 1 month. And the process why we left 1 month is to be able to allow Mr. Andy, alias Jehoshaphat, time on whether he can follow the peace track before then. So the family allow 1 month before the first official statement on the 27th of April 2023. And today again is exactly 1 month from when the family gave an official statement pointing at a disclaimer and a voice note which was sent to the entire world on the 27th of April in 2023. So today is the 27th of May 2023, exactly 1 month again. So if you watch the scenario, you have seen a 1 month timeline, because 1 month is enough for every person who needed to do whatever he wants to do to have done it. Today, like I said, I'm returning back as the official spokesman of the Beatrice Umbwa Odudu family. But my approach today is tagged "Wonders shall never end." I come again. Wonders shall never end. This is our approach as a family. The family of late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu is saying today, 27th of May 2023, that wonders shall never end. You are quite aware, if you listen to the last broadcast on the 27th of April, there are key languages that were used that are deep in meaning and needed to be unraveled to get somebody understand. Number one, I emphatically said, we are going to watch the movie on the death of Beatrice Umbwa Odudu again. And we are very serious. And I want to let you know that this movie must be watched. And I also want to let you know that it is important to put the record straight, that we look at that movie again. I used another language, very careful, that the family of Beatrice Umbua Odudu of Osaipa family in Kosa of Olom in Eastern Boki of Boki local government of Cross River State is a peaceful family. I want to emphasize again, the family of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu of Osaipa in Kosa family of Eastern Boki in Olom of Boki local government of Cross River State is a peaceful family. And when I define that the family is a peaceful family, it's because the family want peace. Peace for everybody. Peace for Nigeria. Peace for Africa. And peace for every heart. Another language I used in the course of the last broadcast on the 27th of April. I said again on behalf of the family that whoever wants to approach the Beatrice Umbua Odudu retired CSP family is free to reach us at any time. I am quite aware that many who heard the voice note that is official from the family on the 27th April knows the spokesman. I am also quite aware that many who are listening to this voice note now knows the spokesman of the family. So the identity is not hidden. And there is no need of mentioning the name of the spokesman because I am not on this assignment as a person. I am on this assignment as the spokesman of the family of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu. Ladies and gentlemen, why I said wonders shall never end. This is 1 month. The family is still waiting to get some persons who feel that our attention is needed to reach us. I am not saying that some persons on an individual basis may not be talking to some members of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu family. But I am saying we are yet to get an official communication that is dragging our attention to something. Why am I saying so? It's dangerous to build castles on the air. It's dangerous to begin to work with rumor. It's dangerous to work with assumption. But it is also very important to consider that as rumors are running, statements are flying, contributions are made, there may be a light or truth in some development. Now, in order to hit the nail at the head, number one, I would like to tell the general public there are two sensitive events that has to do with somebody that is dead that everybody should be careful of. Number one, if somebody is cooking a food and the person dies without eating the food, Those who are alive to eat that food should be careful. I come again. If somebody is cooking a food and the person dies while the food is not ready for eating, those who are eating the food that are alive should be careful. All of you who comes from a traditional base and various communities will understand this my slogan. Number two, if somebody is cooking a food and the person was killed in the course of the food, this one is also more serious. Whoever is eating that food that is alive should be careful. All right, why have I used these two illustrations? There is need to call a spade, and there is need to be very realistic in response to issue. Nobody is a child that should be beating about the bush and then be looking at rabbit that is already running on the corner of the street on the daytime, and you are asking, is it rabbit, is it rat, is it cockroach, or is cat? I have spoken to those who are wise. There are rumors that are circulating that is mentioning the name of our late sister, Beatrice Umbua Odudu. Like I said in the broadcast of 27th of April 2023, that the family is listening to a lot of things, reading a lot of write-up, listening to a lot of voice notes, watching some scenario, but we are very quiet in our corner, seeing how the drama is being unfolded face by face. Rumors have been on, and why I said it's like an assumption, and as a family we are still observing, is because two things are involved. One, nobody has come to look for the family of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu on an issue. If anybody has come to us as a family, then as a family, we will tell you our position. Number two, why is still a rumor and running around like a family, a social media discussion, is because no member of the family of Beatrice Umbua Odudu, as of today, the 27th of May 2023, has seen any document that carries that information, that has it, that our sister, late Beatrice Umbua Odudu, brought in a grant, and in the course of bringing in the grant, she died and was not available to either distribute a grant or do the finished touches of the grant. We heard that rumor. We have had those discussions because we are also in the community of Nigeria. We are not strangers. But we are too big, wise, educated, and matured to be living in rumors and begin to build castles on the air when there is nothing to build around. You will know at the end of my broadcast why I am drawing our attention to this issue. Now, with the circulation of the rumors, I personally, in my capacity as a person, I have asked questions to 2 to 3 persons, personally, privately, and one-on-one. Very direct questions. Sir, I heard this and this that has to do with a grant that is having to do with my sister, Beatrice Umbwa Odudu. Some of them have said they know nothing about it. They have answered me that. And some of them are mentioned in the course of the stories of the grant. And I don't want it to be like a rumor, and I don't want it to look like somebody is laying allegations that is empty, or somebody is talking to somebody on what does not have basis. And since I know these persons on whose name is mentioned, they are alive, they are listening to me, and they know me very well. I have asked them, is this grant having anything to do with my late sister, Beatrice Umbwa Odudu? They have responded to me, no. So as far as I'm concerned, their response, no, remains no, until I now have a confirmation of yes. I come again. As far as I'm concerned, with how civilized I am, and how I respect people, when you tell me no, the no remains no. It is only when the no becomes yes, I will now ask you, why did you tell me no? So it's a very simple one and a very straightforward issue. The persons mentioned have said no, and let me leave it here. It remains no. And as far as I'm concerned also, I have talked to the family of our family of late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu, that I have asked some questions, and this is what I have responded. So the family is in the picture of the response I got from the question I asked. So I am not doing anything without working with the entire family of late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu. But as the day goes by, the family continued to observe a spread of information that is still pointing at late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu. Our questions are very few. Number one, if this grant is connected to late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu, does common sense not tell anybody who is involved? Whether it's federal government, I don't want to know. Whether it's international community, I don't want to know. Whether it's a Nigerian community, I don't want to know. Whether it's a man or a woman, does common sense not tell these people or anybody that somebody, a certain family, lost a vital asset of them called Beatrice Umbwa Odudu? And as a result of that, somebody should respect the family and be able to come and see the family and tell us in a round table, the rumors you heard are not rumors, they are true. The statements you heard are not true, they are false. You get my language? I'm putting two languages. The rumors are true, or the rumors are false. Common sense should tell anybody that this family lost an asset and should be rich. Again, I want to present the other side of it. That if it is also true that the woman called Beatrice Umbwa Odudu came with a grant, as I said, if it is true, underline my language, if, because I'm making a conditional statement, putting it on record that both I and all the members of late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu family has not cited any document that carries the name of our sister. So as long as it stands, we are still waiting to cite a document. We are still waiting for those who say they have the document to either invite us, come and see us, and show us the document. The money, the grants, might not be our own interest, but our own interest is the silent questions that is yet to receive answer, that I told you that we are going to watch that movie again so that we can be able to put some questions straight and be able to interpret the answers the way they are presented from the questions we have asked. And the questions are very simple. Did Beatrice Umbua Odudu died because of this grant, or was she killed because of this grant? Two issues. If she died because of the grant, that is part one. If she was killed because of the grant, that is part two. And then if she died naturally, though with the grant following the process at that time, that is number three. So each of these approaches is going to give us questions that is related to each scenario and give us answers that follow them. So while we will not obstruct your operation of the money, as everybody now, an assumption, is waiting for the money, and then everybody is working towards the money, according to those, I quote again, who says there is a document that carries Beatrice Umbua Odudu's name, and that document came with a grant. So while we are not going to bother, but we also want you to understand that when you finish acting your drama, when you finish doing your dance, and you play the drum for yourself, you will have us to respond to at a due time. That is just the message I'm dropping now to the entire world. By the time you act the drama, play the movie, do the dancing, no matter how you run on this matter, you will have the family of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu to respond to, if not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, next tomorrow. But no matter how long a lie runs, it can never become truth. And no matter how you delay truth, it can never be cancelled. Truth is what all of us will confront one day. And I know it is not far from now. Ladies and gentlemen, just as we will not be diving into rumors, just as we will not be diving into a lot of abracadabra and drama that is going on, we are observing everything. We would like to register before the federal government of Nigeria, an assumed international community, an assumed group of persons, that we are watching everything. We also want to register before the entire Nigerians that late Beatrice Umbua Odudu family is after the peace, prosperity, and progress of Nigeria. And as far as the family is concerned, anything that has to do with Nigeria having peace, with Nigeria having prosperity, count on us. We are ready to support you or support any group of persons to ensure that peace, prosperity, and progress is experienced by every meaningful Nigeria as far as this family is concerned. So I want us to get it established now here that the longer we take to be turning around, the also longer the journey is becoming. I started by saying in my last voice note as the spokesman of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu family that we established that though Mr. Ambassador Dr. Josephat alias Andy has questions that he needed to give us answer. Because If we are looking for our sister now, we are likely going to look for her. I come again. We are likely going to look for her. The first place that we are going to stop to ask question is Ambassador Dr. Jehoshaphat, alias Andy. When we stop at his junction to ask him, from there, we will now ask other questions. Then if there are other questions that is bringing other questions, we are all going to see it. There will be no hide and seek game. I promised you, there will be no hide and seek game. As far as I'm concerned, with my loyalty to God, with my conviction in the Lord Jesus Christ, and with my obedience to the authority of God's word, we will ensure that we have peace. So right now, I said, let me return back to Nigerians on behalf of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu family, that you are mentioning our sister's name too much all over in the social media and everywhere. And our question is that, what did you say our sister did? What did you say our sister do? Oh yeah, if there is something she did and there is something you feel that she do, we are here. Invite us or come and see us and tell us. It's a very simple. I've just thrown some words of wisdom to those who are wise. And then, if it is true that it's she that brought in the money that a lot of us are struggling and trying to kill ourselves, let me advise you. The spirit of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu is not dead and will never die until justice is done. I have come to officially tell you today, as the spokesman of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu family, that our sister is not dead. And since our spirit is hovering around, all those who are dealing with both money, documents, activity that has to do with what she brought in, according to your assumption, I would like you to be careful. It is not possible, mark my language, it is not possible that you are going to run this game and succeed if the family of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu is not met, and if the family of late Beatrice Umbua Odudu did not give you a blessing. There is a blessing that this family called Odudu Osaipa of Kosa family in Olom in Cross River State must give you before you will share that money. Must give you before you will eat the money. For the whole Nigerians, you already have our blessing. The family is not going to obstruct anything that has to do with Nigerians getting blessed from the proceeds of our daughter. But our concern is that the people that are doing the activity, my advice is, whose blessing did you collect? Or have you suddenly forgotten that the woman's blood went to the ground because of that proceed you claim that she brought? Have you also forgotten that the woman came from a family and they have lost her, and you are struggling with what you claim that she brought? If she is the one that brought it, I use that language again, I would like all of us to trade with caution. Back to my proverb. If somebody is cooking a food and died in the process of cooking that food and did not eat the food, whoever is eating that food should be careful. If somebody is cooking a food and was killed as a result of that food, whoever is eating the food should be careful. We will not begin to go to whether she was killed, but let's start from she is dead. I come again. We will not be going to whether she was killed. Let's start from she is dead. But if she was killed, as long as the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest time will never cease. We will watch that movie. As I speak with you today, the 27th of May, the movie is already showing, but the color does not look very bright. We are not in a hurry. The movie is already showing, but the director is using some advertisement to cover some important aspect of the movie. As I said earlier, we are not in a hurry. We are not in a hurry to watch the movie, but what is important now, the summary of my voice note as the spokesperson of late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu family. The summary remains, whoever is getting involved with anything that is calling our late sister's name, please be careful. The spirit of late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu is not dead. It's hovering all over the family of Osaipa, hovering all over this family of Kosa, hovering all over the forest where the empty land where we put her, hovering all over the village of Olum. And as I speak with you, that spirit will be hovering all over Nigeria, looking for vengeance. And the only people with the responsibility of releasing blessing to whoever they give is the family of the late woman. And so since the family is alive, waiting for who is coming for the blessing, some said some people's names are in the document. I come again. We have not seen it. Get the document and show us. Some said some certain grant has to do with her. There is no problem. Get the document, show us what has to do with her. And when we look at it, we will know what to respond to you. You are meeting a family that is peaceful, so you have no problem at all. We are not struggling position. We are not struggling for grant. We are not struggling for money. We are contented. We are only trying to ensure that our late sister get justice for what she died for, if it is the thing that she died for. And God has no option than to give us that justice, because we are the ones in pains. We are the ones with the corpse. We are the ones that are suffering a loss. We are the ones that are missing her. Everybody is talking about how to enjoy a benefit she brought. Nobody has gone to see where she was buried. All the key people now who are mentioning her name, from international community to federal government to grant community. Can I ask you a question? Do you know where her village is? Do you know her gravesite? Have you gone there? If the man who claimed to be the husband is somewhere, leaving the woman he claimed as wife dying in the corpse on the village there, buried, forgotten, and grass growing everywhere, I won't surprise if some people from various places are also doing the same thing. Because when somebody who is supposed to take responsibility The person now dodged from his responsibility. How will somebody else come and take a responsibility of which the responsibility is supposed to be yours? So the question I want to ask us, as we are rushing to benefit from what the woman brought as a result of her activity, did you know her graveside? Have you visited her family? Have you reached her village? But you are interested in the process she brought. I want to use the same language we used on Dr. Ambassador Jehoshaphat alias Andy. The same language. Don't be interested in what somebody brings that is positive, but you have not taken responsibility on the negative side that is causing pains to others. For your information, we are in pains. We are mourning, and you cannot be eating, smiling, and jumping around. A short one to everybody that is involved, that I may say a good day from here. I would like everybody to apply common sense. After my voice note on the 27th of April, 27th of May, the family is still waiting for official communication. If you have anything to discuss with Beatrice Umbwa Odudu family that is related to whatever you are doing. The federal government has our voice note. The international community has our voice note. The Nigerian community has our voice note. We are still waiting. We are still waiting. We are still waiting. Take our blessing as a family. It is important. All this abracadabra, drama, gymnastic will not distribute these goods if the right thing is not done. When we were talking with the family, there is a particular part of wisdom that we discussed about. You know, in my place, we respect the decision that is made by a dead person. If a dead person makes a decision, we don't play with it in the custom and culture of my place. Now, what am I saying? If our sister, late Beatrice Umbwa Odudu, picked the name of a man or woman when she was alive and attached her or him to anything, as far as my family is concerned, by the ethics of our tradition, we must respect the decision of the dead. I am done for now. God bless you.